The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Just move on up toward your destination. Though you may find from time to time complication.
Oh, 499 1000, guys. That's the phone number.
Move on up.
It's a solo show, first solo show I've done in a long, long time. You know the rules. You can call in about absolutely anything you want. 0344 499 1000. Sam is producing. I'm not quite sure what that means. Don't quite know what that means. We've got John is in my day it used to be called tech hopping. It's probably got a much more important name than that. I keep forgetting to bring in that bloody Frank Sidebottom album for you. I'm really sorry. One day, John. One day, I promise that's going to happen. Let's go to Alan Caddick. Good evening, Alan.
Hiya, boss.
Hello, Alan.
I got some latest news on my mum.
Oh, okay.
She's got the new inhaler.
She's got the moon inhaler?
No, the new one.
The new moon inhaler?
No, the new inhaler for COPD.
Yes, of course, because she was very poor. How is she feeling?
She's feeling a bit better, but she can't work the new inhaler yet.
What do you mean she can't work it? So do you could put it in your gob and suck?
No, it's very technical.
And I bet she knows how to do that.
No, she's asked me to read the instructions on how to do it.
Oh, my God, she's asking you to read instructions?
Yes.
Wowzers. Okay, well, have you got the instructions there? Let's go through it.
Well, my mum and dad watching telly at the moment.
Okay. Well, then in that case, well, I wish her the best of luck with her breathing.
And also...
There's more. Dear God.
It's good to see Sam back tonight.
You can see him, can you? How are you?
No, not me. In a figure of speech.
Okay.
Why is Kath on the bunk?
Well, if you were listening to the show, Alan, you would know. Let's go to my favourite caller of all time, partly because we like his calls, partly because I saw a picture of him yesterday and he looks a bit like my eldest, when my eldest has short hair. It's Jack!
Hello.
Hello, Jack. How you doing?
Good.
You are a very, very special young man because of, and I mean this genuinely, and I know we have a little, banter sometimes, but I'm being genuine, Jack. I had so much Twitter support yesterday, last night and today, not yesterday, today, and I read all of it. I didn't reply because I was trying to stay off Twitter a bit, but I read all of it. But I have to say, your tweets, Jack, to me and about me, really touched me and were the most important ones that I saw in the last 24 hours. So I just want to say thank you very much, man. You're a good human being, and I know you're young, but you're a good young man, and you're going to make a great old man.
Thank you. See, like, because I've helped you, I mean, I've went on Twitter and a lot of people have said that I'm very brave for sticking up for you.
You are. You're a brave young man. You're a good young man. You're not about to ask me for money, are you, Jack?
No.
Good. Okay, fine. That was the vibe I was getting. But I read the vibe wrong. I'm teasing. No, you honestly, your tweets, Jack, were, out of a lot of significant tweets, yours were the most significant, and I want to say thank you very much.
Yesterday, I just turned on the radio before I went to bed, and I was thinking, what have them idiots done now?
Well, I'm one of the idiots.
No, you're not. You're not an idiot.
I'm an idiot. You're an idiot. I'm an idiot.
No, you're not.
Yeah, we're all idiots. You take that. Go on, take it.
Okay, I'll take it. Like, remember the other day how you told me about the Snapchat thing? I've done it, and it's worked.
Oh, you deleted the Snapchat because you were getting bullied on there?
Yeah.
And you've deleted it?
Mm-hmm.
And are they still bullying you on there? You don't know?
No, I don't.
Which is great, and that is what it's all about.
Yeah.
You feeling better?
Yeah, I'm feeling better, but the other thing is, like, I listen to your shows like 10 till 1 in the morning.
You really should be in bed.
I'm 15. I'm 15.
15? Oh, in that case, you stay up as late as you want, you drink as much as you want, and you start smoking tabs. Do they still call them tabs? Do you know what a tab is, Jack?
No.
A tab is a cigarette. I don't know. You've probably like got some kind of virtual reality vape pen nowadays. Don't smoke, Jack. Don't smoke. You're better than smoking. I wasted a lot of my life smoking, and imagine if I had all the money I'd spent on tabs. Well, if I had it now, it would cover this table, and like all the stuff I could buy, all the cigarettes I could buy with it. Huh?
Yeah.
No, don't smoke.
So I just want to ask you,
yes?
How are you feeling?
That's a good question, man. That's a good question. How am I feeling? I'm feeling embarrassed. I'm feeling a little bit empty. Do you want the proper answer, or do you want like a flippant answer?
Well, just do whatever you want to do. Okay. I'm not bothered.
I'm feeling... I'm 30 years older than you, and I feel that we're connecting better than I do with a lot of people my age. Right. I'm feeling very embarrassed, feeling very, very tired. It's very exhausting throwing a wobbly like that. I'm feeling a bit empty and quite sad, and I feel confused, Jack. I feel very confused.
Yeah.
I'm all right. I'm not. There's going to be no wobbly tonight. That's not happening. But I feel very confused.
Yeah.
That's the best answer I can give, really.
Well, I'm trying to keep myself together, because I mean, the last 12 hours have been the most hardest 12 hours of my life.
Why?
And I mean, it's just. I mean, I've been planning on how I've been wanting to call you, and it's been stressing me out.
Oh, hang on, whoa, Jack. You've been getting stressed out because you were going to call me?
No, I'm getting stressed out because I'm thinking, what are the people going to say about me for sticking up for you?
That people love you, man. People love you. First of all, whatever anyone else thinks, and this is a tough thing to get on board, and I've not got my head around it. What everyone else thinks is irrelevant. But also, people love you, man. People love you. You're a good human being, and that's all that matters.
Yeah. Well, I would call you back, but obviously I've got school, and
yeah.
So when I call you, it feels special just to talk to you.
It's good to talk to you too, man. Although I've got some bad news. I think my internet is down. We got no internet. Someone's stolen the internet. Jack, I've got to move on. Really nice to talk to you, man. I appreciate it. Paul. Oh! Paul.
Hello?
Guess who is the caller on after you?
Who's that?
Hang on a minute, stay there, Paul. Simon!
Hi.
Guess who the caller is on before you?
Paul?
Paul Simon's coming up after this!
The wild man of late night radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Well, there we go. No, my internet is to cock. This is great. I've stopped looking at newspapers to do the show because it kind of dawned on me. I've known it for a while. I've come in and look at newspapers and jot down some stories that we'd have as kind of filler. And sometimes we do them. But then, just when I was away, I just thought, it is pointless, because by the time I get to the newspapers, they're, 18 hours old. They're old. Everyone's been through the stories. Even Matthew Wright's been through the stories that his producers told him to do. So what? So I stopped this week. I've just come in and just got stories offline, but the internet's down. I've got nothing. This is exciting. Let's go to Simon. No, sorry, Paul. Good evening, Paul.
Hello there.
Hello, Paul.
I thought phone up because I was gutted last night for you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. It was. I'm sorry you had to hear it.
But I hear you every night, right? I listen to you every night, right? And I was thinking, I know his voice. Normally, I know he come in hanging like some silly hours in the morning, like, but obviously I missed your show.
Yes.
And I put it on the other nights.
Yeah.
Last night it was. And my son's here for Easter holidays, right? And he sleeps in the same bedroom.
Yeah. And
I heard your story of it. No way, that's not that person. I looked on the internet. I said, no, I've seen you much on TV.
Yeah.
I said, no. But you know, I was upset. I thought, no, man. But as long as you're cool, that's the main thing.
I'm all right. There's a lot of what last night highlighted for me is I have a lot of work to do on myself, and that's okay. But tonight I'm all right, and although I haven't got the flipping internet, so I've got nothing for the show. I might be able to. I might be able to see some of the stuff I got. Well, otherwise we'll just sit and chat, Paul. I can sit and chat.
Well, I was upset, but I thought, what's going on? I said, now you've gone, and then there's always advertisements. I thought, will he come back? And then he came back, and I thought, he's cool.
Now listen, when you say you normally come in hanging...
Oh, yeah, totally right.
How come? But you sleep in the same room as your boy?
No, he's the oldest.
Ah.
You get me? So,
well, how often are you coming home hanging then? Every night?
Yeah, when he's not here.
Hey, that's got to be tiring, isn't it?
Yeah, used to it, don't you?
Expensive.
That's what I was like. I heard when you were saying that thing, like you saying all that, you have the problems and all that. It's not hanging as such, but every social drinking, becomes problematic drinking. You come at like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning.
It's expensive as well, man, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing. Think of all the money.
Forget about that. The next morning.
Is it?
Then when you realise I got I live in Newcastle. My son is 8 years old. I got to pick him up in London, bring him back away for the holidays.
Oh, you split up with his mum? His mum lives in London, does she?
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Nah, that's cool. We still speak.
You didn't split up because of the booze, did you?
Yeah, I did.
Really?
Yep.
And it wasn't enough to stop you?
No.
Oh, mate, I'm sorry.
Twinkles.
Yeah. These things that we kind of want to stop but can't stop. It doesn't matter, does it? It doesn't matter what we lose as a result of it.
Well, it crept up me. It crept up. I just slowly. I think I can handle it, and then it became a little bottle a day, and then boom, out of control.
Yeah.
Rehab 3-4 times, but anyway, got myself through it.
But then when your boy comes up, are you able to stop then?
Yeah, totally.
Isn't that funny?
Now I have a few pints, like say at the pub on the weekend. That's it.
Yeah. Well, do you want to stop, or are you all right carrying on?
I'm cool. It's just a weekend.
If you're all right with that, then that's...
I'm only cool to see if you're all right. That's really...
Bless you, Paul. Well, you're a good man, Paul, and I'm doing all right, and I thank you for checking in.
All right, nice one.
Thank you, mate. Take care. Bye-bye. Let's go to... Simon. Paul Simon. Hello, Simon. Paul Simon.
Good evening, Ian.
Good evening, Paul.
Right.
Simon. Paul Simon.
I say you're right. I was sat there with my finger hovering over the call button, sort of 10 minutes before I called you. No great, shakes. Just.
I'm not your dad, am I?
No, I hope not.
I don't know. You never know these days.
You're about a year younger than me. Year 2 younger than me.
Okay, well, who knows with time travel and stuff? But let's fingers crossed. I'm not your dad. Although you sound not. I would be proud to be your father.
Oh, thank you.
You got a powerful voice.
Okay, I'll take that. Thanks. I really don't know what to say to this. No, I just called just to offer some support because I spend most of my days with you in my ears, you and Kath in my ears, in one form or another. Either the radio show or the rabbit hole, and I just think the stuff you put out is brilliant.
Thank you.
Not blow too much smoke up your ass.
Okay.
But you saying about Paul Simon, it did jog another memory of, it's probably one of the only albums I ever took back when I was about 15.
Yeah.
I bought Graceland from W.H. Smith.
Yeah, you took it back?
I took it back, yeah.
Why? Because I don't like Graceland, but it is one of the biggest selling albums of all time, and you disagreed with it.
I hated it. I hated it at the time. I was 15. I must have been about 15 when it came out. But it was 2 albums I took back. Same year, I think it was that and Suzanne Vega. I can't remember the name of the album.
2 of the most boring records of all time.
Mate, yeah, they were. But I gotta admit I actually quite like Graceland now.
I just don't like. I'm not racist, but
no, I know.
I don't like I don't like all the African kind of stuff. It just don't work. It doesn't work for me.
I've seen programs since about that, that element of it, and it does sort of, tinge it slightly, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, I mean, sorry.
No, I was going to say another album I associate with that time, and I heard it a lot because I was going out with a girl that had it on cassette, and so we had to play it a lot while we were snogging, is the Tracy Chapman album.
Oh, yeah.
Flipping heck, man. Everyone thinks like the 80s and 90s were great. No, there was some really miserable. Imagine trying to snog to Tracy Chapman.
Fast Car.
They got a fast car. Well, I'm trying to undo a button on a jean.
Yeah, it doesn't work, does it?
Doesn't work, man.
I bought a guitar after that for some reason, and I still can't play it properly, so I followed, followed your suit by play ukulele myself.
That's the way forward.
But I cheat, I play a baritone.
Oh, there you go. No, hang on, why is that a cheat? Are they guitar chords?
It's basically without the E and the A string.
Outrageous behaviour.
And the other thing is, I live in, very close to where Nick Knowles comes from, or where he's living at the moment.
Windsor? He lives in Windsor, doesn't he?
No, he lives in, as far as I'm aware, he lives in Coates, near Cirencester.
Oh, well, now here's the thing, because I until recently lived in Windsor. Everyone's... Okay. I think... Well, here's the thing. He's probably got 2 properties.
Yeah.
The guy's loaded. He's Nicky Knowles. He said a weird thing today. He said, I'm doing a secret career move now. I'm starting it now, but no one will know about it or what it is for 10 years.
Okay.
Well, what is that? That's weird.
I don't know. Well, prior to him going into the jungle, I'm a member of the local gym, and it's only sort of a council-run, everyone active, one of those gyms. and he was frequenting that.
Nicky Knowles uses a council gym?
Yeah, mate, yeah, straight up. He was in there.
Are you sure it's Nicky Knowles?
100%. And you keep seeing him in town.
It's not Ricky Knowles, the UK's #1 Nicky Knowles impersonator, is it? Is it?
No, definitely not. Because I was in the Cornhall. This sort of bears it out. I was in the Cornhall in town, and I heard this guitar being played very loudly, and really, really sort of no singing. And I turned around, and I walked up to, and it was him. He was playing this guitar, looking around. But he also claims that is it Camelot?
The lottery people.
Ring. Yeah, the lottery, the round table.
Oh yeah,
is in the bullring.
He found it, didn't he? Yeah.
Well, he found it. I mean, he's sort of literally a mile away from where I'm sat, and he's definitely living in this area because you can't walk into Cirencester without seeing him really at the moment.
Mate, but I know for a fact that How long has he lived there for?
Well, I've probably been seeing him quite often, maybe the last 6 months. But
okay, maybe he's moved there then, because I know 2 years ago, he was trying to help a cafe in Windsor that had been closed down. So maybe he's moved there with jungle money.
Well, it was just prior to the jungle that was seeing him, because you've got Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen here as well. And
maybe he's doing that thing, right, where he's married to 2 different women. He's a bigamist. but we notice it because he's famous. And whenever there's a bigamist, that the first wife always finds out because they see pictures of the second wedding on Facebook.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we're the equivalent of Facebook.
Exactly, yeah. What I was going to do was I was going to do some field reporting. I was going to one night walk up to the amphitheatre and sort of report from there to see, if there was any sort of ghostly goings on. But I just didn't have the ball to do it.
You bottled it. You got scared. You got scared of ghosts, Simon. You sound like a big man. Inside, you're a little frightened child, aren't we all?
I am, mate. But anyway, that comes back. What I was saying was, I absolutely love all your output, you and Cass, and going back to your Absolute Radio.
Thank you, mate.
I just constantly podcast listener. I do listen to the radio when I can, and I love you all. You're brilliant.
Thank you very much, Simon. I appreciate that. Well done for taking Graceland's back. Getting a lot of feedback. One tweet on Twitter saying that they also thought Nick Knowles lived in Windsor. We just don't know who to believe. Where have you spotted Nick Knowles? 0344 499 1000.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee. Unfiltered night talk with the original king of unconventional conversation on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
So I honestly, and I know I was listening to a bit of George. If I'm not completely honest, I got a little handheld console, and it's an emulator. It's got 30,000 games in it, and I was trying to play Destruction Derby, the PS1 game on it. So I wasn't really paying full attention to George Galloway before, but I know George Galloway is horny for Julian Assange. He's horny. I just know that, right? You know it. Here's the thing: I don't know enough about Julian Assange to know whether he's the good guy or the bad guy. I suspect it's more nuanced than that. Because I was thinking he was the bad guy, right? But then one of my absolute heroes and someone I look up to tweeted that they were a huge fan of his. The actress, Pamela Anderson. She tweeted that she was a huge fan of Julian Assange and that this was outrageous and all of that. And that got me thinking, well, if Barb from Barbed Wire is supporting Julian Assange, well, then maybe so I don't know. So can someone... Ideally, we'd have someone in the red corner and someone in the blue corner. We'd have an Assange fight where someone who supported him would call in and someone who despised him would call in. I'm making slightly light of it. I'm aware that there are sexual rape allegations hanging over his head. That needs to be investigated. He's going to get he's not going to get his deposit back, is he, from the Ecuadorian embassy? He smeared poo-poo on the walls. Poo-poo on the walls is a no-no, as far as I'm concerned. But if anyone can explain to me, from your obviously biased position, this story can only be attached with bias. Is he a good guy or bad guy? I just don't know. Let's try Isabella. Hello, Isabella.
Hello.
Julian Assange, is he a good guy or is he a bad guy?
I don't know who that is.
Don't ask Dad. I don't want Dad's opinion. I'm not interested in what Dad's got to say, Isabella. What have you got for us?
I just wanted to say thank you for my map that you sent when Kath blew me up.
Oh, well, now, we have to give that... Come on a second. We have to give that some context, because otherwise that's going to sound... the police will be out on the hunt.
Okay, well, I hope you sleep at night knowing you just blown up a 12-year-old.
That's... that was you, wasn't it?
Yep.
Okay, so we had a game a while ago. We had war. There was a map, and people were taking over countries and stuff like that. And Catherine thought it was appropriate to blow up I'm guessing maybe, are you 13 now?
Well, I'm going to be 14 in 2 weeks, so...
Hang on a minute. How long ago did we do this, and what... How long ago did we do this?
Year and a half, maybe.
Right. Why are you only phoning up now to thank me for it? That's incredibly rude.
I've been very busy.
Doing what? Tabs?
I don't know.
Outrageous. This is why we got Brexit. This is why we got Trump. This is why we got global warming, because the kids don't care. 18 months later, she phones up to thank me for something, which makes me think, Isabella, you're after something else.
Yes, I need help with something.
Go on.
So, last night, my little sister's goldfish, he started going quite crazy, like he floated up to the top of the tank.
Yep.
So we put him into like a pan of water and gave him CPR, to get his mouth moving again, and put him back into his tank, and he seemed fine. And now that got him through last night, and he was fine all today, and now suddenly he started going crazy again. And my mum just saw him in his tank, and he looked like he'd been electrocuted or something. He just started going really crazy and smashing into all of the walls. And we're trying to prepare my sister if anything bad happens.
Okay.
And we were wondering if any of the listeners or you knew how we could help him at all.
Yeah. Can we just go back a little bit? You gave your goldfish CPR.
Yeah, we sort of just held him in the tank and
YouTube, it was called.
Well, we looked up on YouTube.
Your dad, tell your daddy. Isabella, could you do me a favour?
Yeah?
Could you turn to Daddy and say, Daddy, I think it's time to stop drinking? Could you say that, Isabella?
Daddy, you need to stop drinking.
I've let him started.
Say, Daddy, please stop drinking. It's breaking my heart. Please say that.
Daddy, stop drinking. It's breaking my heart.
All right.
He said all right then.
Okay, well, I don't think he means it, Isabella, and I feel so sorry for you. You gave it CPR. Are you nuts?
Well, it did save it for hours.
You just prolonged. It's like listen. It's like old people. When old people are ill, just let them go. You know, the misery. You just brought him a day of misery.
But my sister will be so sad, though.
Aren't you supposed to? I'm sure I read this when we had goldfish. You're supposed to let them suck on a pea.
Yeah, we actually put 3 gold
Don't
peas.
pull that face, Johnny Hearn. Look at what? You're meant to let them suck on a pea.
Yeah, you actually are. We put 3 peas in his tank, and he's meant to eat it for food. He didn't really touch it.
Right.
We just sort of went to bed, and he was fine all of today, and then he just started going crazy again. So I don't really know what to do.
Can I let you in? You're old enough to be let into a secret of parenthood.
Okay.
Right? You're going to let you into the secret of parenthood. I'm going to tell you how it's done. Not that, Dad, don't worry. My boys, when they were a lot younger, they had goldfish, Rocky and Reed. Those were the names they came up with. And those goldfish lasted about 4 years. 3 or 4 years before they died. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Except they didn't. We got through about 24 goldfish because they kept dying. Every other month they would just die. So I would flush them down the toilet, nip to the pet shop, buy another goldfish and bring it back.
Well...
And they never knew.
Yeah, for my dad's birthday, there's usually a place where you can win fish, where we usually go for Guy Fawkes night.
Yeah.
So we won these fish. We won 2 fish about 4 or 5 years ago. But my fish only lived about 2 years, but he got quite ill, and he literally jumped out of the tank to save the other fish.
Right.
And now my little sister's fish is called Darwin. He's lived for almost 5 years now since we've had him, and we don't know how long he's lived.
That's what you think. Hey, Dad?
Oh, no,
Wink,
he's
wink.
the exact same fish. because I'm old enough to even speak about that sort of stuff now. He's the exact same age.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So now we don't know really what to do.
I think get rid of the fish and buy some cats.
Some cats?
Yeah, have you got cats?
Well, we've got cats that visit us sometimes in the garden, but my mum's allergic, so that wouldn't really be an option.
Get some kittens. Here's the thing. Right? So how old is your sister?
My sister is 8.
Right, well, I'm going to do this. What you do is Dad goes up to her and he's got his hands behind his back and he says, I'm really sorry, got some bad news, the fish died. Just before that tear comes out, he pulls his both hands out and there's 2 kittens with bows around their necks and he goes, but we got kittens! No one can cry when they're presented with 2 kittens.
She'd cry happy tears.
Happy tears, Isabella. So my solution is get 2 kittens. I hope that helps.
Well, it's better because I'm actually going to get my dad to buy kittens now.
There you go, you see. I've helped. My pleasure, Dad. Anytime. 0344 499 1000. This is Talk Radio.
Uncut after-hours conversation for the up-all-night generation. The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
Hello, dear listener. Catherine's not here. She's at a Fleetwood Mac tribute show. So Sam has returned. Thank you, Sam, to produce. We've got John tech-hopping. Well, you're welcome to call in. It's kind of a nice, relaxed vibe. The internet is patchy. Seems to be back on at the moment, but slow. Which is great, which I like. You don't get, I miss the good old-fashioned power cuts. In the 70s, you'd have proper power cuts where you would have 3, 4, 5 hours without any electricity. And here's the thing that people don't have. Everyone's got candles now, but everyone's got scented candles. I like a scented candle. I've got a scented candle by my bed. I don't fall asleep with it on. I'm not crazy. But it's nice if I'm meditating or a scented candle in the living room. No one has the old-fashioned long, I guess, what's that? 10-inch long, straight, white candles. No one has those anymore. Whenever there was a power cut, quick, where have we put the candles? People couldn't remember where the candles were. And no one has those candles. I don't know why I'm reminiscing about candles. I really want to speak to Tina, though. Good evening, Tina.
Hello, how are you?
I'm all right, thank you, Tina. What have you got for us?
Oh, just made me reminisce about candles now. I remember it was really exciting when we had power cuts.
Wasn't it and obviously the parents would be really annoyed, but for kids it was like, it was magic.
I know. At the time, my dad was on a 3-day week as well.
Oh.
Back in the 70s, so we were really poor as well.
I'm laughing at poverty. I'm laughing at poverty because I'm so fabulously wealthy. But it was right. No, everyone
I haven't got anything to say, actually. I just thought I'd ring you because I haven't phoned for ages.
Okay, but everyone had those long, straight, white candles.
Yeah.
I don't even know if you can get them anymore because it's all like, not vanilla fudge. What's it called? Yankee candles.
Yeah, bit fat. They're about 15 quid a candle as well.
Here's the thing, the Yankee candles, I don't think they're that nice.
They're not that nice. They're quite... the smell's a bit cloying, isn't it?
It's cloying. One excellent use of the word. The Yankee candles are cloying.
They are. I know. Oh, I didn't hear your meltdown last night. I fell asleep, but I hope you're okay.
I'm all right. It's been tough, divorce and stuff I've done, and the really horrible car crash. The car crash is the thing that's preying on my mind quite a lot, and it's horrendous, absolutely horrendous. And I'm not quite as well as perhaps I thought I was, but I'm all right.
But you'll be okay.
I'll be all right. We'll be exactly.
You'll be okay.
How is life treating you, Tina? What have you got lined up this fabulous weekend?
I'm going to a digging party tomorrow.
A what?
I'm going to go and dig a vegetable patch.
Oh, is this like one of those painting parties where lazy people invite their friends round to do all the hard work for them?
It's exactly like that. I'm not digging. I'm just going to go and eat all the food.
Okay, well that sounds like you've got the whole thing sussed. I don't get these parties where it's people getting you to go round and do work for them.
I don't mind. We did it around our house as well when we needed our shed putting up. We just invited everyone round to put the shed up.
Really?
Yeah, you just dish out some food and a couple of bottles, and your shed's up.
Wow. Okay.
That's the way to do it.
I had to mow the lawn the other day, and this is a boring story. I had to mow the lawn the other day, and here's the thing: I've wasted so much of my life. I've wasted the first 46 years of my life, Tina, with hover mowers. Right?
Oh, I've got to get one of them.
No, you haven't. No, you haven't, because you've got to go forwards and backwards and forwards and backwards and round and forward. Nightmare, right?
Like that. You hover over the grass, Ian. You don't push it.
You've still got to push it, Tina, even if it's hovering.
Well, no, it's lighter. You just kind of lift it slowly across.
No, you're
doing it all wrong.
Have you ever used one?
Yes, of course I've used one, but mine broke, so I've got to go and get a new one because my grass is about 10 foot high at the moment.
Right.
Very council.
Okay. Okay.
So,
but you are wrong. I got one of those.
I'm never wrong.
You are wrong on this one, Tina. I got one of those lawn mowers, right?
Yeah.
That is not a hover, is not a fly mow, right? It's one of the ones that, by coincidence, it does the stripes in the garden.
Oh, fancy.
Right. Very fancy. Although I hate it because I don't do them straight, so I've just got like bendy stripes. But here's the thing: there's no forwards, backwards. You just push it forwards in a line, grass is cut. Turn it round, push it forwards in a line, grass is cut. It's got wheels. Wheels are easier to manoeuvre than air. That's why there are more cars than there are hovercrafts. He knows it.
I know.
So don't get a Flymo. Unless they're advertising with us, in which case buy 3. Go and get one that's got wheels.
My garden is the size of a postage stamp. It's really not worth me getting anything good like one of those petrol mowers.
Oh, well, this isn't a sit-on one. It's not like a little tractor. I mean, it costs about the same as a Flymo. It just does the job a whole lot better.
Well, surely you do have a ride-on mower for your farm.
For the farm, I was talking. Yep, thank you for reminding me. Yes, for the farm. Well, for the farm, I have a tractor. For the yard to the side of the farmhouse, I just use this. Time to move on, Tina. Thank you very much for your call. Let's go to Sheena. Good evening, Sheena.
Oh, hello. You all right?
I'm all right, Sheena. What you got for us?
Oh, well, I was just having a Google of Julian Assange, and I was.
Okay. Well, this is all we need. This is all the research we need, Sheena. You can tell us definitively after your quick Google: is he a hero or a villain?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know because before all of the allegations, I mean, because. You know how some conspiracy theorists, people would say, like, oh, he was set up or something like that?
Yeah.
There's that's quite malevolent, and I don't really know, none of us know if that's true, only he does and those involved.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, but the thing is with the whole WikiLeaks thing, I think there's an issue with the whole freedom of speech and, you know, information like that, and I guess like certain things that have been released have been maybe a good thing to know?
Well, you're at the same level as me. Maybe it's a good thing, but maybe it's a bad thing. Aren't people saying that he played some part with the release of his information, played some part in Donald Trump becoming the president of America?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Isn't Trump a massive fan of WikiLeaks as well?
Well, he was a massive fan. There's a brilliant clip. I heard it on James O'Brien. There's a brilliant clip of, like, him throughout that entire campaign going, I love WikiLeaks. I love WikiLeaks. And then he was asked yesterday in a press conference, do you still love WikiLeaks? I don't really know much about WikiLeaks. It's not really my thing.
Yeah, he doesn't really know anything, though, really, does he? He's quite...
He's the president. But, okay, so we are... and this is the thing, Sheena. I think movies, and I think things like The Man from U.N.C.L.E. and cowboy films have lied to us because people were either good or bad. And through history, we've had examples of that. Hitler, bad, right? Not Hitler bad, and I don't. But maybe Assange, maybe he's a little bit more complicated than that. Maybe he's good and bad.
But I think that's a general human thing, though, isn't it? And a lot of people find it easier to just go, right, that's a bad person or that's a good person. And so when someone is kind of like just a human, or like some, you know, like people do bad things or maybe say things that aren't great. But I'm not talking about hugely extreme things.
Yeah.
And some people just will not like you, or they will like you, and that's just going to happen. But it's a difficult one. I don't know because I don't know him. Whereas Trump, I think he's a dangerous man, definitely, and he's weird. And I think the only people that follow him are people that probably go, "Oh, he seems like a real person," even though he seems insane to someone like me.
Yeah.
But that's because my family is insane. My mum would have loved him.
Yes.
The absolute crap he comes out with, she'd be like, "Yep, that makes."
Because he says it like it is.
Yeah, but a lot of the time he doesn't. It just comes out. It's just garbled nonsense. But because he's got some sort of charisma attached to that, that's what people are, dealing with. Because I saw this coming years ago, and I think maybe a few people did, that the presidents are just going to get more and more ridiculous. When someone like Arnold Schwarzenegger went in to, what do you call it?
He was the governor of California.
Governor, yeah. And I think that's where it'll go, where people will just suddenly start going, oh, famous people, they're the ones who know people. Because to me, Trump was just some dude. He was in Home Alone 2 for 20 seconds. He lost loads of money, got loads of money back. Yeah. He was always known as a bit of a lunatic. And then he was on, what was it, The Apprentice?
The Apprentice. Sheila, I've got to go because we're coming up to the news, but thank you. And thank you so much for the research, the in-depth research. Just Googled it quickly before you came on about Julian Assange. I think that's taken us 2 steps backwards. Chelsea, you'll be first up after the news. 0344 499 1000. This is the Late Night Alternative with me, Iain Lee, on Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Late Night Alternative, Iain Lee. I didn't do anything too silly after the show last night. I don't know when to be. Catherine's off. Back on Monday. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. You can call in about anything. If you're waiting for the hook, you're waiting for the catch, you're very welcome to. We kind of moved on from what happened last night. If you want to talk about it, you're welcome to. If you don't want to talk about it, well, I'm kind of embarrassed by the whole thing. Let's just pretend it never happened, shall we? Let's just do that. Can we mute my computer because there's a loose connection? Thank you. It makes a buzzing noise. Sometimes it's there and sometimes it's not. I just don't understand. But I may cue you for the computer and we're going to do some fast finger work here, guys. This is going to be good. 0344 499-1000. Some of this, you can call them about anything. Some of the stuff we have talked about is Julian Assange, good guy or bad guy. Is life ever that simple? Surely everything's a little bit more nuanced than that. I don't remember what else we've spoken about. I think that's it. Really? 0344 499-1000. Let's go to Chelsea. Good evening, Chelsea.
Hi, Ian.
Hey, Chelsea, how you doing?
I'm alright, thank you. How are you?
I'm alright. I've not eaten very well today. I've eaten a little bit of pizza. I bought posh pizzas from Tesco, right, for the boys for their dinner, instead of the cheap cardboard Tesco own brand ones, right? But the posh ones weren't very nice, and they didn't eat them. And I said, "Are you going to leave them?" Yeah. I said, "I'll have them," but they weren't very nice. I should have gone for the cheapy Tesco's ones because they're quite tasty.
Yeah, they always seem to taste a bit better, unless you do make your own section.
These were like, I don't think they were Dr. Oetker, but they were, they were kind of, they were a more expensive brand. But yes, making a pizza, that's, that's just craziness. That's a lot of work.
I made a lot of cheesecake with my niece today. We've had a lot of
homemade cheesecake. Yes, please, Chelsea. Homemade cheesecake is, when I worked out, it was only about 10 years ago, that cheesecake is actually quite easy to make. Oh, man. I love it. It's the best. It's the best stuff. What was your base? What base did you use?
They only like the original digestive, where I normally use oats, so I just use digestive today.
I like the digestive. I think it's a little bit cheap and nasty, but I like the digestive base. There's something about it. It's good.
I wouldn't eat a digestive biscuit.
Sorry?
I wouldn't eat a digestive biscuit on its own, only as the base of a cheesecake.
Why not? What a weird thing to say, you pervert. What's wrong with digestive biscuits?
Don't like biscuits.
No, come on, Chelsea.
I only eat them really at the bottom of a cheesecake.
Oh, you've really... So hang on a minute. At Christmas, when someone gives you a tin of biscuits that's really expensive and all it's got are 6 custard creams, 8 digestive, 2 bourbon, you're not straight into that?
No, Phil eats it.
I don't know if I want to continue this. Right, so for supper you wouldn't get a couple of 3 or 4 digestives out, a bit of Marge, and some cheddar cheese.
No, I'd get maybe some the Duke crackers. I like them with cheese, but I don't really like.
I used to really like you. Now I've gone right off you. I didn't realise you were a deviant, Chelsea. I didn't realise. You wouldn't... OK, you wouldn't have you had a cup of tea, you wouldn't have a custard cream to dunk?
No, I've probably not had a custard cream for about 10 years.
Right, here's the one, and this is the real test, right? This is the real test. You go around someone's house... and they put, they say, I'll just get some snacks. And they put on the table in front of you a plate of Oreos. Would you have one?
I'd probably politely nibble on it, but I wouldn't really.
Say no to the Oreos, right? Because that's American, excuse my language, crap. That's America. When did Oreos, the cookies, by the way, when did Oreos become the biscuit of choice in this proud nation of ours? It's all in the 80s and 90s and early 2000s, all we knew from Oreos is American films where they would twist it and lick it, right? That's all we knew.
Yeah.
But in the last 5-10 years, Oreos everywhere. Oreo Snaps, Oreo Thins, Oreo ice cream. Oreos everywhere. No, it's American. Send it back. I want a Bourbon. That's all I want is a Bourbon. Anyway, that's 10 minutes of my...
at university.
That's my 10-minute biscuit material. I'm hoping to expand that into 50 minutes and take it to Edinburgh this year. Anyway, Chelsea, what can we do for you this evening?
I was just ringing to say I'm really looking forward to seeing you in Manchester. Me and Phil are coming to see you again.
Yes.
And, I wondered when are you going to start doing the membership cards?
Oh, now. Oh, look, I love this, because we've got all these people that phone up. Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing you in Manchester. Can I get a membership card? That's what this is about. Oh, I'm looking forward to... But can I get a membership card? We've had a few... I don't want to call you a bumlick, Chelsea, but that's the best word. We've had a few people like you who are keen to get your hands on these membership cards, and you think that by phoning up early, that will somehow get you a lower number. Well, it doesn't work like that, Chelsea, I'm afraid.
No, I don't mind about the number.
Oh, okay, fine. Monday, they arrived today just as I was going out. So for those who don't know, Sam and John won't know this, we have got, well, actually I've ordered 250 because it was cheaper than ordering 100, but we're going to have to start with 100 membership cards, right? Very classy. I got them done on Vistaprint. Very classy. They're burgundy with gold embossed writing. It's very classy. And people are going to phone in on Monday, and Catherine's got a silver Sharpie, and we're going to spend the whole 3 hours. I suspect it will be the whole 3 hours. People will phone in. We will write their name on it. Me and Kath will sign it, and we'll number it. And then, because, well, okay, what's to stop someone at home, you know, numbering it themselves? Well, I'll tell you what's to stop them. I've bought a laminator. I have bought a laminator. It's going to sit here, and we are going to laminate each card on Monday night. Now, it may not be the greatest listening experience possible. A load of people phoning up saying, can I have a membership card? Yes, of course you can. Your name is... Okay, well, that's number 62. It may not be the greatest listening experience, but trust me, in years to come, these membership cards are going to sell on eBay for hundreds, if not thousands of pounds. So everybody's going to want one.
I'd like to put one in my guest book where you and Cass signed.
We did the show from Chelsea's house once, and she very kindly put up with us. Oh, and that was the night that we'd forgotten one of the really important leads, wasn't it?
Yeah, Phil went mad looking for
I'd forgotten. We took the big bit of equipment up there, which you don't need to do now. But and I'd lost a lead for the microphone, and your fella went round, was going round to I think your mum's, all different houses trying to get this lead. Anyway, in the end, it didn't work, and we had to use the microphone on my laptop to broadcast a radio show. It sounded awful. It sounded absolutely pony, and it was all Chelsea's fault. I'll have you know, boss.
It's always my fault.
Chelsea, call us on Monday, and we will reserve a membership card for you. I promise.
Okay, thank you.
Cheers. Oh, okay, very quickly. That was rude of me. Thank you. Bye bye. 0344 499 1000. Good evening, Simon.
Hello, Ian.
Hello, Simon.
Hello, mate. Are you all good?
I'm all good. Thank you very much.
Brilliant. I'm just calling up. I'm going to try and cheer you up a little bit.
Oh, you said lickle, so I'm cheered already.
See if you wanted to play a game.
I want to play a game. Yes, please.
Let's play a game.
All right.
Family Fortunes.
Here we go.
Have you got any theme tunes?
Have I got any theme tunes? Have I got... Well, hang on. The one I've got queued up while I find Family Fortunes. Computer on! But this isn't it, so I'm going to find Family Fortune. This is the music I play when I look for theme tunes.
That's Blind Date.
Yes, I know it's Blind Date, you muppet. But that's the music I play when I'm looking for theme tunes like the internet. Hang on. That's not Family Fortunes. That's Vernon Kay era Family Fortunes.
Yeah, it's the crap era.
Let's try this one. Here we go. Let's try this one. Here we go. Hang on a minute.
It's Family Fortunes with the Dalby family from Worthing in Sussex. Vic, Jordan, Tina and Tash. And the Johnson family from Ware in Hertfordshire. Brian, Jenny, Bob, Margaret and Matt. All here to play Family Fortunes. And among tonight's hidden prizes are a matching kettle, toaster, fryer and percolator, an espresso coffee bar, a cabbage clock, a fridge freezer.
What did he say? A matching kettle, toaster, frying pan and cock holder? Hang on.
Well, they used to give away some weird prizes.
They did the 70s. Let's try it again.
Fryer and percolator, and
cock holder, hang on.
Prizes are a matching kettle, toaster, fryer and percolator, and a
Kirkhold. What is he saying?
Prizes are a matching kettle, toaster, fryer and percolator. And
Percolator. Percolator. Right, turn that off. Right, let's have it, Simon. What have you got? Let's have these questions.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Family, you ready?
Yeah, we're ready. Oh, yeah.
Name something. You got to get the top three.
Of course I will.
Yeah?
Yes.
Without getting the
Okay.
No, name something you fill with air.
A balloon.
Ding! Top answer.
Oh, was it a top answer? Okay. So I've got to do 2 more?
Yeah, we've got to get the top 3.
Why have I got to get the top 3?
For fun.
Oh, okay. Well, you put it like that, sure.
The radio show for people who know the best part of the day is the night.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
0344 499 1000. Sally and Robert, stay there. I'm going to come to you in a second. I have to go to Tash. Hey, Tash, how you doing?
Iain, I cannot believe I'm speaking to you live on the radio. This is not the plan. I'm fine. How are you?
But listen, well, hang on a minute. I was thinking about you yesterday, or maybe the day before. In the last 48 hours, you popped into my head for no reason.
For no reason at all?
I don't think there was a reason. Right, I went to college with Tash like 7 years ago, nearly 30 years ago.
No.
Yeah, it was 27 years ago, man.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, we're old. And then, I don't know, I don't think I've seen you... Well, I've not seen you since I moved out of London, and that was about 7 years ago, maybe.
Okay. Well...
Do you need... Would you need a lift?
Go on. Yeah. Could you lend me a five?
Of course I can, but it won't be until the end of next week when I get paid.
That's all right. I can wait. I'm ringing you. I cannot believe I'm speaking. Can people actually hear me? They can hear me.
Oh God, no! We wouldn't put you to air, Tash. No, I know what a liability you are. It would never happen.
Are you serious?
No, of course you're on the air. It's a phone. It's a radio phone-in show, which you've never listened to, despite me being the most successful person from that year of college. You've never bloody listened to my show.
I have.
All right, fine.
I think I complained once because you used the word tramp, and I think I texted you while you were on air about 20 years ago.
Yeah,
anyway,
yes.
Basically, my mother keeps me updated with your career.
Oh, how is your mum? Is she all right?
Yeah, she's fine. She's still alive. She sends me random messages about you.
It's a bonus.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's always good.
Yeah.
And I get the latest news from last night's show, and I'm looking at my email thinking, okay, I occasionally send you an email. I don't know if they're the right emails. I don't know whether you get them.
I've changed that email address. I have actually changed that email address.
Okay, look, this is not interesting listening, but no. All I thought I was going to do is just ring this number and get some recorded message, and I was just going to leave a boring message. I don't do radio shows.
You're doing you're giving a live boring message, so that's even better.
It is. I should be paid for this. I'm just basically going to say, right?
Yes.
Everyone's got a purpose on this planet. You've got a purpose on this planet. The making people laugh and entertaining them and stimulating them when they're at home in the right way, in a healthy way, is priceless. I've always been a fan of yours. I mean this, okay? I know I'm the woman that bumps into you when you're in Crouch End and tells you that you looked a bit unhappy on the Big Brothers, whatever, and then I got you.
You did, yes.
Got you upset. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Oh yeah, we had an argument the last time we met. Not an argument, but no, it wasn't an argument, but it was in Crouch End near the gym.
I know. This is not interesting, is it?
You should listen to the rest of the show. Compared to the first 90 minutes, this is gold.
Is it? Okay. Well, I just want to say to you, if you ever feel like crap, email me or phone me, because I get you. I understand you. Yeah. And you can tell your listeners, I was obsessed with this man for, I think, I was obsessed with you at university.
Shut
I used to leave you little notes in your trays. Yeah. And you played the guitar to me in halls of residence, and it was a great moment, and that's not why I'm ringing, but I'm just
nearly
saying...
30 years ago. You need to let it go, Tash.
I don't know.
You need to let it go. It was nearly 30 years ago. For God's sakes, I'm gay now.
You're not gay. You'll never be gay. You'll never be gay.
No, I won't. I won't. It's just the thing that puts me off being gay is the thing. Anyway, go on.
They could tuck that behind.
All right.
You could squint.
Okay.
But basically, that's all I'm saying. I thought I'd leave a recorded message basically saying, I'm there if you ever need to speak to somebody who just needs to kick you out the backside in a nice way, because you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
I get these WhatsApp things from my mother.
Oh, send my love to your mum. Your mum is... how funny. I was thinking about you literally in the last couple of days. That's weird, isn't it? You just popped in for no reason. I thought about your mum as well.
Really?
Yeah, I did. She was a sex therapist, wasn't she?
She was. You need to go and see her.
Oh boy. It's too late for that now. I could have done with it a few months ago. Hey, guess who's coming to stay at my house tomorrow?
Do your view? Go on.
Your mum! No.
She's not.
We will stop this in a minute. I apologise, dear listener. No, Colin's coming.
Connor.
Yeah.
He is lovely. I saw him. I saw him a year ago. Is he coming to stay with you?
Well, he said he's coming to stay with me, but then he said he might not stay.
This would be boring even if it was just me and you.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, look, I hope you have a lovely time with him, and it's lovely to know that you're there and you're doing your thing, and I just wanted to send my love.
Are you doing any stand-up? Are you still doing that? Have you not?
I'm writing a sitcom pilot. I'm doing a lot of anti-knife crime workshops with my business, trying to save the world, and I'm going to do stand-up when my son finally leaves home.
He must be like 30 now.
No, he's 17. He's applying for drama schools.
Last time and this is the last thing, and then we're going to move on. Because, you know...
your listeners must be asleep by
jeez,
now.
Tash, after last night's show where I spent 45 minutes saying the show was rubbish and I quit, now we've got 10 minutes of me reminiscing. I'm really stretching my bosses. But the last time I saw your boy was at the Fete in Muswell Hill, and he was going on like a little merry-go-round for kiddies. And now he's a teenager. You know, he's a teenager drinking and smoking and vaping.
No, he's completely against all of that because his father was a drug addict. So that's one thing that came out of it that was good.
Well, good for him. Good for him.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Well, look, I will let you crack on. It's completely surreal to speak to you. Have a great night.
Thank you, Tash.
Stay strong and do your thing.
Oh, nice to talk to you. Take care. See you later.
See you later.
Bye. Bye. There you go. That's weird, isn't it? Isn't that funny? Lovely Tash.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Let's go to Robert. Good evening, Robert.
Lighthouse Family.
Oh, God, but they make music for people who don't like music.
Now, here's the thing. As a 20-year-old...
Yes.
No.
Oh.
30-year-old... Didn't mind Lifted.
Yeah.
40 soon. Love them.
Shut up, man.
Love them. Seriously, you put Lifted on in a bath.
Yes.
There's nothing better.
In a bath?
Yeah, you have a bath, put the Lighthouse Family on. Listen, everyone out there, we've all got issues with Brexit, you know. Yes. George Galloway's back on the radio. We need to chill out.
Yes, man.
You put Bubble Bath, Lighthouse Family is good stuff.
Wow, you really have...
mellowed.
You've mellowed, man. I appreciate that.
It is.
Good bit of mellowing.
Other thing.
Yes?
Bit of tech you might be interested in. Have you seen what you can do with the PlayStation Classic?
No, what can you do with the PlayStation Classic?
So you can get a USB very simply, and if you've got your ROM, just stick it in port 2. As many games as you want.
Shut the front door, really?
Do you want me to send you an email?
Yes, please.
You can pick them up for like 30 quid now, because no one's buying them.
Thank you.
Mad love to you and Kath.
Thanks a lot. Tutty bye. Let's go. Oh, he's gone. Let's go to Sheila. Good evening, Sheila.
Hello.
Hello, Sheila.
Hello, Ian. Oh, do you know what? Last night I cried when I listened to you.
Well.
Your depression. Like, in 2000, I was diagnosed with this, I don't know, disease, congenital thing.
Oh, yeah.
That I would go blind.
Oh, blimey. Really?
Yeah. And in 2010, I did. And
oh, mate, I'm sorry to hear that.
No. And I was just so depressed, and I just didn't want to live. I was so, because it was a genetic thing, I was scared I passed it on to my kids and my grandchildren.
Yeah.
But thank God, so far, none of them seem to show any symptoms. But I totally understand how you felt last night. I was crying. It went quiet on the airlines, and I was honestly, I just understood. You know, the despair.
So have you? So your kids haven't got this genetic thing, have they?
The thing is, with what I've got, it's called RP, retinitis pigmentosa.
Yes.
And it's like in your teenage years. The first sign I had was I couldn't see in the dark, and at first it was a laugh.
Yeah.
You know, when I walked into things and that. but thank God, and it's more common in boys. And I've got 3 grandsons, and I'm just so scared that I've passed this on to them.
Can they do? Is there any way of doing a test? Can they do it like a genetic test?
Yes, they've been checking them, but
yeah,
you know, when it's once you get into your teens, it becomes
when it kicks
seen in your eyes.
Yeah,
and I'm so scared, you know, that I've passed this on to my grandchildren. And
yeah, I bet that's a worry.
Yeah,
I bet that's a worry.
I've tried to kill myself 5 times.
Oh, mate, really, Sheila?
Yeah. You know, we all have problems, and I'm just so scared I have passed it on to them. You know, and I think if I'd known this before, I wouldn't have had kids, and I know that sounds horrible because I've got 2 daughters, and I love them so much.
Yeah.
And I've got 5 grandchildren, and I love them, but it's just the thought of passing on this horrible, horrible thing, because I hate that I can't see anymore.
I bet it must be horrendous.
Yeah, I hate it because since 2013 I've not left my house.
How do you survive, Sheila?
My kids and that come to see me.
Yeah.
I split up with my husband. We were together for 33 years. We split up.
Yeah.
But it weren't to do with my blindness. We just grew apart.
Yeah.
You know, he was 14 he was 13 and I was 15 when we met.
Wow. Childhood sweethearts.
Yeah, we were. We were together all them years, and we both love our kids, but he couldn't cope with me, and I understood that because I was so bad, you know, depressed.
It's hard work sometimes, isn't it? Listen, I have to go to the news in a minute. How are you today, Sheila?
I'm not too bad because I'm in touch with the adult social services.
Okay.
And a blind charity and the guide dogs. So, you know, I am starting to get better. You know, I haven't tried to kill myself lately.
Yeah. Good. Well, that's a bonus. That's a good day then.
Yes, that's, you know, I'm not making light of that. That is true.
Cool. All right.
And honestly, Ian, yesterday you just got to me, man. I just think you're fantastic. I listen to you every night.
Yeah.
And I just cried for you yesterday, okay?
All right, Sheila. Well, listen, don't worry. I'm all right.
I'm glad you are.
All right, nice one. Listen, I've got to move on. Thank you for your call. Hang in there, Sheila. We've got loads of calls. Look, Tyrone, Stephen, Lee, and Stu, and Simon. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, you can do it.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Right, they're going to ask me back after this car crash. But, you know, that's the way it goes. Let's go through some of these calls. It's got a Tyrone. Good evening, Tyrone.
Hello, Ian. I'm unsure how to play this because I've been calling you for many years.
Yes.
And yesterday
I
tried one of my voices. It didn't quite work for many reasons.
Yeah.
But a few points I wanted to make. So do you want me to do my light-hearted little skit first or go to the serious point?
What's the serious point about?
The serious point is about how you were an inspiration to me when I was talking to a homeless single woman in Morocco who was selling socks.
Socks, you say?
Yes.
Let's go there.
Should we go there?
Let's go there.
So I am. As I said, I've been calling you for many years, and there's a lot of aggression in society nowadays. Only today I was sold noodles by a very aggressive little, I think she was a Filipino woman.
Aggressive noodle selling, you say?
Well, I mean, she didn't look at me when she was giving me my receipt back.
Is that aggression or shyness?
No, it was rudeness because she was laughing in the back counter. And at this point, I thought, should I say, a year ago I would have said something. I once had a real go at a Pret worker because she didn't remove her rubbish gloves before.
Come on, man. The Pret workers are the best workers.
No, but she fingered my sandwich.
Sorry?
And didn't take her rubber gloves off. Look, yesterday was a profound show for many reasons. Can I ask you a serious question? Not about you, it's about me.
In that case, yeah.
Okay. Now, I've been calling you since 2005 when I think maybe yours, but my life was certainly a lot better. It was, not weighed down under the shadow of OCD, which will be the title of my
By
book.
the way, Mark Brownlow keeps tweeting me that I was on coke last night. Wow. Okay. Thanks, man. Thank you, Mark. Your spelling is atrocious. Makes me think you're a little bit blurry-eyed. I can say one thing. I can say categorically: I was not on cocaine last night. Anyway, go on.
Now, I was furious about the noodle seller, and then a bloke on London's just become so aggressive, and a bloke on the tube, there were two women with a suitcase, and they were blocking the, bottom, they were blocking the bottom hole of the escalator, and so we all sort of squashed together, and then she said, "Oh, mate, you're a bit close," and I felt like saying, "It's not my fault."
Okay. Well, here's the thing I'm noticing with you. Everything seems to be everybody else's fault. That seems to be a common theme in your phone calls.
Now, okay, I'm going to take that on board, but I'll also
take it.
I'll also add this. I've called you up. When I was on hold, I noted down. I've called you up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times or 6 times in the last couple of weeks under various voices. I don't know if you knew that all of them were mine.
Yes, your voice is very distinct, and your comedy voices are, I'm going to say it, poor.
Do you understand when there was a guy from Birmingham talking about Brexit, and then Tommy got on the line?
Yeah.
And Tommy was me.
Yeah, I got that, yeah.
You got that? The toilet paper.
I know your voice every single time. It sounds like you. It just sounds exactly like you.
Even when I was doing the Roy Chubby Brown?
Yes!
Oh. Do you think my calls add something to your show? Hello?
Well, I'm thinking, do any of the calls add something to the show?
Because you said something interesting yesterday. I re-listened to your, that. I don't know if it's rude to call it a breakdown, but that section which was on. It was a
breakdown, yeah. I think
which was on Twitter and stuff. I listened to it this morning, and I thought you said lots of profound things, and you talked about your career. And if you were, can I just ask you? I mean, if you write a book title, it would be almost famous, right? Because you're not a nobody like me. You've been on the telly. You've got a good career. You're sort of known.
I had a good career, yes.
Respected in the industry. You've met Piers Morgan and Emir Khan, etc.
Yes, I met those two gentlemen, yes.
Yes. If you were to be invited on, I don't know how the industry works, I'm a failed comic, but if you were to be invited onto something like, now the Big Nasty Show is an interesting show now on Channel 4. I don't know if you have watched it.
I saw a little bit of Big Nasty, yes.
Now, it's easy because I'm fresh from the street, so it appeals to my sense of humour.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, if you were asked to be on something like that, would you entertain that, or going back onto Good Morning Britain, or this?
Yeah, sure. But that's over. That period is over. That was a nice little 8-month burst after the Jungle. But that's done now. That's gone. That's over. That has finished.
Because I like I said, I saw you on TV, but I hadn't listened to you for years because of many things, and then there's personal things that happened that I won't bore you with. But can I get to the profound part about the Moroccan?
Jesus, I feel like I'm living this in real time. Yes, go on.
I'll end you on this, and then I won't mention toilet paper today because you've got other callers.
Okay.
But, I started obsessing about the toilet paper, and I recorded our call, and I played it several times.
Wow.
I should get married. No, look, the point about the toilet paper. Sorry, the point about the socks was this. I've calmed down now.
Okay.
I was on the streets of Marrakesh, and there was a woman. She was very, very regal looking, wearing a headscarf, and she didn't look poor, if that makes sense.
Yeah, okay,
right?
yes.
Aristocratic.
Yes.
And she was just sat by the roadside with her 2 little kids, and this is about...
Okay, I'm losing the will to live. Let's try Stu. Good evening, Stu.
How you doing, Ian?
I'm okay, Stu. What you got?
Yeah, do you remember we spoke just before Christmas?
Remind me.
My daughter was having some mental health issues. I called you just after the thing with Ian.
Yes, I do remember. Yeah, how are things?
Not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Have the odd up and down, but things are, on the improve. She's not as bad as she was, luckily.
Good.
So life's a little bit easier. But I'm not ringing to talk about that, mate.
Okay.
I'm aware of what happened on the show last night.
Yes.
A bit rough, mate. But listen, many, many, many years ago, and I'm talking a long, long time ago now, my old man passed away. Right? And I was with him when it happened, held his hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, and I thought about that when you told your story of the mate on the motorbike. Right, it sort of made me think of that. Now, I'm talking to you now, 14 years later after it happened, and I know that thing what you saw was like playing on your mind a bit, yeah?
Yeah, yeah, it does.
But, obviously, as you can probably imagine, the thing what, happened with me and my old man played on my mind for many years. I had dreams about it and that. But, mate, and also, my background, my career, what I used to do for a living was I worked in care. I worked with a lot of old people and that, and there was a lot of that going on around where I worked, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And regretfully, I've spent quite a bit of time in the company of a Grim Reaper, and I just want to say, you don't ever get over it, you know what I mean? You don't ever unsee it, right? But you do, you learn to live with it. It's weird, you know what I mean? And the thing is, one thing that was important to me was never actually try and get over it, because if I start being able to get over it and it not bother me, yeah, then I'd probably lose a little bit of my humanity. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It does make sense, yeah.
You know what I mean? So, obviously it's a horrendous thing to see, and I feel, having seen things like that myself, I feel nothing but sympathy for you, and I know where you're coming from. But the fact that it bothers you, in a weird way, is a good thing, because it means, it'd be worse if it didn't, you know what I mean?
How do you stop seeing his face? I can't stop seeing his face.
You don't. I see. You don't. But at the end of the day, with me, it's just about, how I put this? It's about life. It's you take a deep breath and carry on. And I know that's sort of easy, probably easier said than done.
Yeah.
But death's a part of life, in a weird way. You know what I mean? And you never stop seeing the face. I never stopped seeing my old man's face. I never stopped seeing the faces of the old people who passed away, who, and they've been brought past me in by, ambulance people, like holding a bed. You never not see it. But, when the nurses who were in the room when the thing with my old man, I said, she'd been doing the job for like 20 years, and she said to me she never gets over it. But the fact is, you don't want to get over it, because if you get to the stage where you get desensitized to it, so the best, it's really contradictory advice, I know, but the best thing I can say is, sorry, mate, I'm trying to put this in a nice way.
No, go on.
It's
You're doing brilliantly.
Be glad you can't get over it, Be glad that it bothers you, because it means you're a human being,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
It means you're a human being, it means you've got a soul, yeah, and it just basically, the fact that it bothers you means you're a good person. And if you work in care, like I've done, the bosses say to us, let it get inside a bit, because for a care worker, it makes you a bit better at your job, gives you more empathy.
Stu, I got to move on. I appreciate that. Thank you, brother. It's wise words. 0344 499 1000. This is Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
499 1000. Let's go to Natalie. Hello, Natalie.
Hiya, Ian. It's
Hey,
only
Natalie.
me.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm all right. How are you?
I don't know the answer to that question.
No, I know you don't. I'm just ringing. I'm on my way home from work. I've been singing.
Yay!
Oh, God, don't.
Oh, what happened? How did it go?
No, nothing. I'm just fed up.
Oh, no, why?
Because you just get fed up with doing it. You really do. It's such a difficult place to sing.
No one's listening.
No one's bothered. No one's off. No one's bothered that you're there. And there's only so many years you can do it and think, well, I just do it for the money. I do it for the money. And it's like, I'd rather be at home with my family, but it's my job, and I've got. So I kind of understand what a little bit of a fraction of how you're feeling. Like it is hard. And do you know, I think as well. Like I was thinking. Sometimes on your show, as much as it's entertaining for us, you get a lot of idiots ringing you. And if you surround yourself with, I know you're not surrounding yourself with it, but if that's all you hear,
yes.
it's got to get you down and get you to a breaking point sometimes, you know?
Mm.
So I hope you can take a break and take a holiday. But I just want you to know, like, even though we don't know you, we really care about you and we really like you. So
thank you,
I hope everything's all right, and I hope I can still see you on the.
You're the opening act. You're the opening act in May.
I know, but I hope you still go and that you're still there. And I'm really looking forward to meeting you and Catherine and just sending me love, really. And
you will have a very receptive audience there, Natalie. There'll be people that want to hear you sing on the Saturday. Was it the 18th, I think, of May?
Yeah, it is.
In Manchester, the opening act. It's Natalie, and it's going to be awesome.
Oh, thanks, Ian. Listen, I send all my love, and I hope you're okay.
Ta-ra. Thanks a lot, Natalie. See you later on. Bubby. Let's go to Rick. Hey, Rick.
Hello, Ian. How are you doing?
Okay, Rick, what you got?
I got some, just to say that, basically, I saw some negative news about yourself today.
Yes.
And I find you a massive, massive inspiration. And I just wanted to reach out, and I just asked the front desk to put me through to your voicemail, but they said you're on live now.
You're on live now? We're doing voicemail? What is it, voicemail? For a phone?
Yeah.
No.
About 5 months ago, I was in my car and I was literally suicidal, and you helped someone who called.
Oh, Chris, I think you're probably talking about.
Yeah, the northern dude, Newcastle.
Yeah.
And you were so kind.
Oh, in Newcastle.
And, I just want to kind of reach out and just say, like, my word, Daily Mail, who are they to judge? I mean,
well,
yeah.
You know.
My dad, do you ever watch any Fools and Horses?
I have seen Fools and Horses. I'm aware of its existence, yes.
My dad played Nicky Pierce in it.
Shut up. Really?
Yeah. Patrick Murray.
Wow.
And he had a lot of negative, like, press, but it's like snapshots of one's life.
Yeah.
That are ultimately, like, how everyone assumes you are in your life, and forever that's you, like, set in stone.
Yeah, of course.
And I just wanted to reach out to say to you, for me, like, the terror of going to a neighbour's house for drinks or something like that, because the social thing's weird, or, like, how you turn it around. It's amazing. And people should be commending this, It's pretty good. It's important. And I'm actually live on the radio right now.
Yes. Well, you're the second person tonight who's gone, hang on, are we on the radio? Yes, we're live on the radio, Rick. This is it. This is as good as it gets.
I wanted to give you a voicemail, and he said, I'm putting you through live now. I'll call you back.
Yeah, we haven't got a voicemail here. We can barely work the system as it is. Don't throw in another factor into it.
And by the way, how many times have you smiled at that chap who said, I was just saying it for the content?
Yeah.
That is maybe the funniest line ever in any type of communication.
Yeah.
It was just for the content.
Just for the content, man. Just for the content. Hey, Rick, listen, man, thanks for calling in. I hope everything's going well for you, brother.
Yeah, it is. And so sorry, I didn't expect to get live online now.
I'm glad we got to speak live. Thank you. I'm glad we got to speak live. Speaking live is always better. Thank you, man. Let's go to Jamie. Hey, Jamie.
Hello.
Hello, Jamie.
Yeah. So the last guy that was on, I didn't catch his name, but he kind of said a lot of what I wanted to say, really.
Okay, go on.
So you've been like a really big help for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that you don't take these kind of calls in because you are in a certain headspace. But I just wanted to say that to you and Kath, like, you've really helped me over the last 18 months or so. I mean, your dedication to honesty and talking about mental health and everything like that has been amazing. I listen to you guys every day. I work from home, and your show is basically like the bulk of my working day. Is 3 hours out of 6. So, yeah, I just wanted to say thank you, really, and I hope you appreciate like what you've done for people like me, because if I didn't have your show on in the background every day, stuff wouldn't have gone in and I wouldn't be where I am now. I'm in a good place, and it's in large part thanks to you guys. I don't know how to put it.
You've put it very, very well, Jamie. You put it very well, and it is appreciated, and I will make sure
your show is appreciated. I just hope you know that it's great, and it's done a lot for me, and I'm really grateful. Also, it's hilarious as well. It's not just
tonight's been a laugh riot.
I know
tonight's been a funny one.
It has, but for the most part, you have me creasing up with laughter. And
that's all we can ask for, Jamie.
There's nothing better than that.
That's all we can ask for.
You.
Hey, listen, thank you for calling in and letting me know. I appreciate it. This is Talk Radio.
The wild man of late night radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Let's go to Sheila. Hello, Sheila. Hello, Sheila.
Hey.
Yeah. Yes. Hello.
Hello. I thought I'd better call because someone said earlier there's not many female callers and not many female listeners.
Okay. Well, we doubled our figures. But you are a house breaker. No, that sounds wrong. You break into people's houses.
Hey, guess what's happened? This is awesome, yeah? Guess what's just happened, yeah?
Come on.
So the person I broke into the house, Colin, I'll say his name now because he's across the world. So, Colin, I broke into his house.
Yeah.
The Australian.
Yeah.
He's gone away for about 2 months.
Okay, you're going to break into his house while he's away for 2 months?
No! What I've done is I've got my best friend to be a tenant in his house while he's gone.
Oh, beautiful. Now you don't need to break in, you can just knock on the door.
And my best mate's next door. Everything's going really well. So it's all worked out really well since the break-in.
Well, that's marvellous, Sheila. That just goes to show that crime actually can pay,
doesn't it?
and that it can be worth breaking into somebody else's house. Congratulations.
Hey, I wanted to say, I did listen to the show last night, and I just think you're a lovely man. That's all I want to say about that.
Okie dokie. I'm a lovely man, and I screwed up, and
no, so am I, and that's the thing. You remind me of me. You said something about loneliness, self-loathing, addiction. That's me.
Yeah.
And that's why you appeal to us, and that's why we need to hear you on the radio.
Sheila, thanking you so much, sir. Thanking you so much. Let's go to David Babcock.
Sheila, take a bow.
Sorry?
Sheila, I'd say, Sheila, take a bow.
Sheila's gone.
It's a song by the Smiths.
Oh, was it?
Sheila, take a bow.
Okay, she's gone, mate.
Yes, Sheila, take a bow. It's sung by Smiths.
Okay.
Why won't you play PlayStation with me anymore?
Sorry. What do you mean?
I sent you a game request to play Apex Legends the other night. You didn't even respond to it.
Well, I wasn't online, mate.
He says you were.
Well, I don't think I am.
So he says you're online playing Apex Legends when you're not online playing Apex.
Well, I might have left my PlayStation 4 on, but because I'm not online. I've not been playing. I suspect that maybe I just left it on, and I'm not ghosting you if that's what you think.
The tee-hee-hee.
Okay. So, for those who don't know, David Badcock joined me on my Twitch stream the other day to play Apex Legends, but just as it finished downloading, I got bored of playing the game and I switched off, so we never got to play. But I would love to play with you. Maybe we can play some PlayStation tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm not at the Henry tomorrow, so I could.
You're not at what?
I'm not at the Henry.
Oh, the Hoover.
No, the Henry, where I help chickens eject eggs from their egg holes.
Okay.
Right. I just want to give you an update on the ghost hunting situation.
Oh, I forgot that was what you originally used to call in about. Yes.
Did you know that just last night I was on a ghost hunt?
No, I didn't know that. No, I did not know that.
Well, I was.
Okay, that's a great story. Thanks for calling. Anything else?
Yeah, I can tell you the spooky goings on.
Okay.
I walked into a room.
Oh, he's doing it in a voice.
No, I'm just trying to present it.
Right.
I walked into a room, and I certainly smelled the smell of quavers. You know, the crisps.
Yeah, I know. Well, I don't think they're technically crisps. They're a corn-based snack, aren't they?
No, quavers are crisps. If you say back at the crisps, quavers.
Okay, all right. I wouldn't. Okay, I wouldn't call them crisps. Okay.
Well, they are crisps.
Okay, well, I think they're corn-based snacks. We're kind of getting lost in this thing that quavers. Okay, so you had some you had a packet of quavers.
I know. I could smell the essence of quavers.
Okay.
But nobody was eating any quavers.
Right.
What do you reckon?
Okay, that was absolute waste of our time. Let's go to John. Good evening, John.
Hello, mate.
Hello, John. Well, it's very noisy. What's going on? Hello?
Sorry, mate.
What?
Hello.
Hello, John.
How are you, mate?
I'm okay, John. What have you got for us?
I just really want to know what are you dealing with at the minute? Because you're going through hell.
Yes.
With this accident.
Yes.
And there's no need. If you were not at fault, you've got to get rid of this, mate.
Yeah,
I've been in a similar situation.
Well, first of all, I wasn't at fault, but I can't help but feel if I had not been there with this guy, it wouldn't have happened. And I held a stranger's hand while he died, man, and while he was brought back to life. That kind of,
I've been there.
You know.
I've been there, mate.
Yeah?
And it's horrible.
Isn't it?
You keep seeing it and seeing it. But as long as you know in your heart that you were not at fault, you've got to leave it behind you.
Well, yeah, you say that, but it's not as easy as just leaving it behind me.
You've got to.
Well, I know you keep saying you've got to, but it's not as easy as just leaving it behind me.
But
don't say you've got to.
If you're not at fault.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, John. Thanks very much. We're kind of going around in circles, which are not very helpful. Let us go to Dave. Good evening, Dave.
Hi, Ian. I'm going to be the first person tonight to not ask you how you are.
Thank you very much indeed. On this, probably, let's be honest, probably the last show we're ever going to do here, because they're not going to ask me back after this. But, yes, David.
I'd like to expand on what we were talking about last night.
Fighting the Beatles.
Yes, to the Beach Boys.
Okay, now, if you had to have a fight with the Beach Boys, now this is a whole different skillet of fish, because they don't look healthy, but they're Southern Californian boys.
Well, the one you'd like to punch square in the face would probably be Mike Love. But he's a big lad, isn't he? I think he was a big football player at high school, and he's kept fit ever since. I think he's he's always unbuttoning his shirt to show off his chest. So
there's a great bit of footage on YouTube somewhere. It might be from Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, with Mike Love in the 80s, in like little what do you call them, budgie smugglers.
Oh yeah,
putting sun cream on his bald head. It's an incredible bit of footage, and I urge everyone to try and hunt it down.
Someone used to say the more he lost on his head, the more he sort of undid his shirt to show his hairy chest. It was sort of compensating. So Mike could be out. Dennis, I think.
Oh, Dennis would kill you, and also he'd be so drunk or high on cocaine that he would be injured the next day, but he wouldn't feel it at the time.
I mean, you have to be really sick to pick on Carl, I think.
Why would anyone want to hit poor Carl?
I know, and he was the peacemaker of the group all the way through.
Although, of course, he was a coward.
Oh, yeah.
He was a con-cheat. He didn't go and fight in Vietnam when he should have done.
Yeah.
He's a coward.
But even so, it'd be like, punching a kitten. You just couldn't do it.
Well, I think I probably could. I think I could. I think I could punch Carl Wilson, lead guitarist of the Beach Boys, if I had to.
If you had to. And in what situation would you have to?
If he was winding me up.
Oh, I guess so, yeah. If he said, I'm really happy I didn't go to Vietnam, and all those people died and I didn't. Yeah. Brian, again, he's got his own problems. So it's between Al and the other one. His name escapes me. Bruce.
Bruce. Bruce is a pussy. Bruce, you could take down easily. I reckon Al. I reckon you could take Al down as well. Al and Bruce, I could probably take together.
Together. Well, just for the fact he jardined you that time, I think I'd have a sense of honour. I'd have to go for Al, I think.
Okay, all right. So we're gonna. Well, if you look behind you, Dave, you're gonna see Al Jardine strolling into the room, and he's gonna. I'd like to see Al Jardine get battered after he was rude to me at LA Airport.
I've got some nunchucks to hand. It will be self-defence.
It will be self-defence. Take Jardine down now! In the Jardin. Thank you very much, Dave. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. This is Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee. Unfiltered night talk with the original king of unconventional conversation on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
0344 499 1000. Martin Kellner is up at 1. Let's go. Let's try Peter. Good evening, Peter.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello there. Hi there.
Yes?
Hello. Yeah, we spoke yesterday, but very, very briefly. But honestly, Iain, I was just going to say, I don't know. Have you ever? I just wondered if you'd ever come across Jordan P. Peterson. Have you ever watched any of his videos or anything?
So how funny. Someone just tweeted me a link to one of his videos. So, but no, I haven't.
You've not?
No.
You've not come across him? Right. Honestly,
who is he?
Mate, Jordan B. Peterson is this, this is going to sound, when I say this, it's going to sound a little bit boring, but trust me, it isn't. Okay. He's a Canadian clinical psychologist who became a sort of YouTube sensation about maybe 2 years ago, and now he's got, he tours the world, and he fills, I think he's doing a tour in London, and he fills stadiums. I mean, he's just huge. But his stuff is extraordinary. It's really extraordinary. A lot of it's common sense, but I mean, even stuff like he's done some stuff about sort of recovering from trauma, but also just, I mean, stuff that sounds really heavy. I mean, in a way, it is really heavy, but his stuff is really good, really, really good. And you definitely love his stuff. I mean, you'd be really interested in it. And to be honest, I think anybody would. And you know, anybody who's listening to this, you know, it's like I say, you know, he's a psychologist, and all his stuff is kind of basically how to live a good life.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of it. You know, how to recover from problems, addictions, you know, issues, whatever it is. But you know, it's all that kind of stuff. But he's terrifyingly clever, just really clever, and his stuff's really good. And honestly, I just wanted to say that. Honestly, you should definitely. A lot of his stuff is on YouTube. A lot of his videos are on YouTube, and he's, like I say, he's just very good. Honestly, I can't recommend him highly enough.
I'm going to check it out, Peter. I got Sunday afternoon free, and I'm gonna see if I can fall down a little rabbit hole.
Okay.
So thank you for that, man. Okay, thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
No worries.
Cheers. Now I'm getting. Oh, hang on a minute. Now, hang on a minute. Pablo, you just tweeted me saying that he's a tit.
Yes.
Is he? He's not the guy that well, okay. So remind me. Okay. God, blimey. This is live. So, right. So hang on a minute. But Mark Brownlow, stop suggesting I've taken cocaine, for crying out loud. I haven't had cocaine for a year and 3 weeks. So thank you very much indeed. But you're wrong. Okay. So Jordan Peterson, is he the guy that encourages men to be twats?
Yeah, and kind of like quasi-rapey type of thing.
He's the rapey, quasi-rapey guy.
Well, it's kind of the whole kind of feminism is, well, you know, what about meninism? And, you know, obviously he puts it a little bit more eloquently than myself.
Yes.
But he's kind of like an intelligent man who's decided to kind of use his powers for evil effectively.
Yeah. Okay. I have heard of this gentleman. All right.
Yeah, it's obviously he's you know, to the certain people, you know, if you can ignore a lot of things, then essentially he is a qualified psychiatrist or psychologist, I believe. So obviously he's got like you know, basic training in all that sort of thing. So he will have some sense to talk, but he mixes in a lot of misogyny and a lot of kind of. You know,
well, I'm not going to fall down his horrible misogynistic rabbit hole then.
Well, good. This pleases me.
I do. The name does ring a bell.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of it. I mean, obviously not the same as, and I know you've had interactions with, but much in the same way that David Icke is seen in some circles in certain ways. He's kind of that kind of polarising figure that, you know, if you're on board with him, you're 100% on board, and if you're not, you kind of stand back aghast at what he says, type of thing.
Okay, well, I'm not going to check out this horrendous, shameful human being.
Good.
What you got for us, Paps? Because you called in before that.
Did I?
Didn't you?
Oh yeah, no, I did. Yes,
yeah, you did.
I almost had looked at some David-related songs to reel off in relation to Babcock, but I'll leave that be. Okay. No, just give you a general update on the whole kind of. Well, as we're talking about exposing genitals, me exposing my genitals to my client within a changing room situation.
Yeah, go on. Oh, yeah. No, so you work as a carer, and you take some grown-ups who need care swimming, and one of them wanted to get changed in the communal changing room, which made you uncomfortable.
Yes, in the altogether, as it were.
Okay.
Yeah, well, you know, I've talked to him about it directly because I didn't want to make it a big thing with the company and all that sort of stuff. So I've just kind of just said, I generally feel more comfortable, you know, going into I was going to say a locker, but it's not a locker. What do you call it? What do you call the little cabinet things you walk into? Just changing room. Yeah, I prefer to do it in a changing room.
Cabinet things, yes.
But yeah, and obviously that's open to everybody who would want to do that. So if you want to do that, that's fine. But if it's okay with you, I'm just over here, and I'll just get changed in here if that's okay with you. And obviously everything was all fine, not an issue.
Oh, so that's all that worry and it got sorted.
Well, yeah, I mean, as I say, I think a lot of it, it is my constant battle, is that I overthink things to the point of ridiculousness, to the, where I've got dinosaurs with lasers involved and all that sort of stuff. So I just overthought it to the nth degree, and kind of thought of my professional responsibilities in that situation. And
that's what we do, is overthink stuff, isn't it? That's the curse.
Oh, well, that's it. I mean, my thing is, I'm always priding myself on generally giving out good advice, but I'm the very worst person at taking my own advice. I'll generally just keep things internal to the point of inactivity. I'll think about it so much that I've got everything covered, but I've worn myself out by thinking about it, so I won't actually do anything about it. But I thought I'd take action on this and kind of just nip it in the bud early whilst I could. No buds were nipped in a physical sense.
Good. We keep those buds unnipped as much as possible. Bablo, thank you. Let's go to Will. Good evening, Will.
Hello, mate.
Hello, Will.
My garden is absolutely outrun with slugs. Can you help me?
Huh?
My garden. I've got loads of slugs and snails. What am I meant to do? Please tell me.
I don't know. I don't know. This isn't. This isn't a gardening phone-in, right?
Of course I do. I just thought I'd change it a little bit.
Okay. Salt?
Yeah, I've heard that one.
Salt and beer. Aren't you supposed to put beer in a saucer, and then they come and they get attracted to the beer, and then they drown?
Okay, I have heard that.
Well, give that. I mean, it sounds like you probably haven't got much beer left.
I'm on my last can.
I thought so.
That helps.
Could you share that with the snails, or are you going to cane it yourself, sir?
I think I might save half a pint for them little bleeders.
Okay, all right. That's great. That's a great call, Will. Thank you so much. I mean, wowzers. 0344 499 1000. How'd you like being a producer, Sam? You loving it? You loving it? Sam's first gig producing, and he's loving it. He is loving it. Let's just try line 2. Hello, line 2. Hello, caller. That's you. Hello, caller. Okay, let's not go there. Let's try line 2. Hello, line 2. There's someone. You see, there's someone there, and they just don't want it. They want to talk, but they don't want to talk, and it was weird. They want to come and play. They're shy, and then they don't want to come and play. I didn't get time to tell you. I've had some of these stories sat on my computer for a week. I didn't get time to tell you about the haunted doll that blinked. Didn't get time to... Mark Brownlow says, you talk sense, now the Charlie's worn off. Mate, you can't spell the word off, and you're accusing me of being coked up. Yes, hello, line 1.
Hello there, how are you doing?
Yeah, what can I do for you?
I'd like to say some funny words that mean things, and you to guess what they mean. Is that okay, Ian?
Sounds like a great game, I'm in.
Okay. Bumfuzzle.
Bumfuzzle?
Bumfuzzle. Literally, it's bumfuzzle.
Literally bumfuzzle.
Yeah.
Well, bum in America means homeless. Is it something to do with homeless people?
No, it means perplexed.
Perplexed, to be bumfuzzled. Okay,
yeah.
All right, I like that, yep.
I've got another one for you.
I bet you have.
Gardy-loo.
Gardy-loo?
Yeah.
Gardy-loo.
Gardy-loo. It doesn't sound like anything, does it?
No, it doesn't. Go on.
Gardy-loo. It's Scottish for gross. I've never heard of that either.
Well, hang on. Where have you got these words from?
From old books. I've got a bunch of old books.
Okay. Old.
And I write down the weird words that I don't understand, and I look them up.
Okay.
But here's a good one. Paradiddle.
Paradiddle. That's a drumming thing, isn't it?
No, that's a paradiddle.
Oh.
Is a drumming thing. Paradiddle is a liar.
Is a what?
Yeah. Is a liar. A paradiddle is drumming.
Yeah.
You know, one. Yeah. Okay. But this is a good one. What is collywobbles?
Right, well, collywobbles is what my mum called one of her cats. Collywobbles is when you're nervous.
It's a bellyache. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, like in your stomach. Yeah, I got one! I got one!
Yeah. You got it.
Thanks very much indeed. Why is Mark Brownlow obsessed with me and cocaine? And not obsessed with spelling? I don't use no more, Ian. Stop being twitty about spelling. Okay, well, Mark, why are you so obsessed? Why are you so convinced? Come and do it. Come and do a test on me. Come and do a hair test on me. Now people online are arguing about Jordan Peterson. Now it's all kicking off. Come in, Mr. Kellner. It's all kicking off on the Jordan Peterson front. How you doing, man?
I'm not bad. How are you?
I'm all right.
Oh, I heard you say earlier you were
all right. I am all right.
Midnight caller tonight.
I am all right.
Good. Good.
What you got for us?
hear.
I'm going to turn the light on, Mr. Kellner, because I cannot see you, and I want to see that beautiful face.
Oh, bless you. Bless you.
And you can tell us what's on your show tonight.
I will. Priests. We're talking about, you know, they've got this sort of dishy priest in. Does people still use the word dishy? They probably don't.
Yeah.
But we've got this priest in Fleabag who's become.
No, I haven't seen Fleabag, but everyone raves about it online.
They do. It is good. But it's not. I would like it to be funnier, to be honest.
But people don't do jokes anymore, do they?
No,
comedies?
They don't. I mean, she is brilliant. I mean, she's a brilliant performer. Great little looks to camera and all that. But my brother's been raving about it, so I noticed he had an episode taped, so I watched it, and I said, yeah, it was okay. Oh, you didn't watch that episode? That's season 2. You've got to watch it from the start. And that is what people... It's amazing how we lived years ago, and we watched things like Steptoe & Son, or, you know, Only Fools and Horses. Never watched them from the start. We just watched them.
Yeah.
But apparently Fleabag you do have to watch from the start.
But there's a dishy priest in there. He said, no, indicating you've only got 20 seconds.
20 seconds. Dishy priest, and I'll be talking to a guy from the Catholic Herald about whether priests should be allowed to marry and should be allowed to go out and can we say shag here? We probably can.
Not my show, Martin. No. You said that on your own watch, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
All right, Martin Kellner's coming up next. Thank you very much, John. Thank you, Sam, for producing. And, you know, podcasts are plenty. You know where you need to go. Stay tuned. After 1, it's Martin Kellner on Talk Radio.
Talk Radio. Digital debate for the UK.
Talk Radio.
We'll get you talking.